us on the broadcast. Ricky, very good morning to you. Again, what are you feeling this morning? Are you confident that Naatu will bag the Oscar?
Oh, good morning to you. I'm actually pretty confident that all three of the Indian entries are going to bag the Oscar. All three of them are very, very deserving. When it comes to Naatu, it's in for Best Original Song, and the way that the voting members in the Oscars look at the Best Original Song is basically they look for a song that is very representative of the film and propels the narrative forward and has got all the elements that make up the film itself represented through the song. And Naatu is the best example of that, because the rest of the songs, even though they are part of the film, they're usually in the end credits or it's just a song written that has been inspired by the film. But in this particular case, when it comes to Naatu, every single one, every single element of the film, whether you're talking about the friendship which is signified in the film, or you're looking at the element of sacrifice or energy, all of this is beautifully represented in the song, and all the elements that make up the story of the film is very well represented within the visuals and the audio of this particular song. So I believe that it is the most deserving, deserving song to win the Oscar this year.
Ricky, I want to understand from you, you're a 3-time Grammy Award winner, and for an Indian to be at an international platform like this and to grab a coveted award is, where the entire globe, every industry is vying to win an award like this. How prestigious is it? And what is the feeling, the kind of edge that, the performer eventually gets after bagging this trophy?
First of all, I believe that with 1.4 billion people in India and millions of Indians in the Indian diaspora all over the world, we Indians do not need to actually crave recognition from a Western awards ceremony or a Western awards program. It's absolutely not necessary, because the love from Indians itself is very much enough for us, and it's overwhelming enough. But at the same time, we Indians always crave to break cultural barriers and reach out to more and more audiences that would normally not be exposed to our kind of music and our kind of culture, our traditions. So in that case, it is very, very prestigious if one is hoping to break cultural barriers. So the feeling is obviously amazing when when we have a song which is completely Indian in its approach and Indian in its traditional approach, and and culturally Indian, to actually win an international recognition and be heard by people who would normally not hear this kind of music. So I've felt very, very good all 3 times when I won my Grammy, and I'm pretty sure that when Naatu wins the Oscar this year, I'm sure the entire team is going to be exhilarated.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Ricky, again, to understand from you, because you're a person who has performed across 30 countries in front of a variety of audience. And, not everybody has the same taste in art or enjoys the same flavor. And it is really rare when a piece of art or a song that strikes a chord with everyone to just cut across any sort of barrier, be it the language barrier or, be it in its presentation. It's rare. It's not an easy task to achieve. And they say that, when such a piece is created, it's just meant to be. Do you believe that? Do you believe that, it just happens?
No, of course, the art just happens at times, and sometimes sometimes magic just happens. All the elements, because at the end of the day, when it comes to a filmmaking process or a process of making a song, there are so many elements which come together. Especially in the case of Naatu, you have the choreography, you have the composition, you have the lyrics, you have the visuals, the backgrounds, the dancers, the direction, the cinematography. Somehow all these elements and all these different departments have to work together in so amazing synchronicity and in harmony that that everything comes together and it becomes greater than the sum of the parts, and it becomes magical. And that is exactly what has happened with Naatu. In fact, with the whole film RRR, but especially with the song Naatu, everything has come together so beautifully, and it's created magic. And that magic transcends boundaries, it transcends languages, it transcends cultures, and everybody feel what the characters are feeling. And that's the reason.
But what really lies in store? Let's take a look at their journey so far.